Kentucky is no stranger to tornadoes, but a new analysis of more than 70 years of storm records shows the threat is growing faster than many realize, and they're getting deadlier. First Alert meteorologist Ben Beddoes has the details on that, our top story at 5.
Since 1950, the National Weather Service has confirmed nearly 1,500 tornadoes across Kentucky's 120 counties. The state now averages close to 35 tornadoes a year, more than double the rate recorded in the 1950s and 60s. And 2026 is already on pace to be one of the most active years in recent memory, with 36 tornadoes recorded through late July, and 5 months still to go. The deadliest recent storm came on the night of May 16, 2025, when an EF4 tornado carved a nearly 60-mile path through Russell, Pulaski, and Lowell counties, killing 19 people. 17 of those deaths happened in a single subdivision south of London, where homes were swept clean from their foundations. 2021 remains the most active tornado year on record, with 63 confirmed tornadoes statewide. A December outbreak that year killed 74 people, the deadliest tornado disaster in Kentucky history. Closer to home, Central Kentucky has seen the sharpest sustained rise of any region in the state. Since 2010, the Bluegrass area has recorded tornadoes at nearly double the rate of prior decades. Boyle, Scott, Madison, and Harrison counties have all seen significant increases. Fayette County has not recorded a confirmed tornado since 2004. Tornado season itself is expanding. April and May remain the peak months, but December now ranks 6th all time, driven by the 2021 outbreak. Tornadoes have been recorded in every month of the year. For WKYT, I'm First Alert meteorologist Ben Beddoes.
And here's a fact for you. Most Kentucky tornadoes, more than 80%, actually have been rated EF0 or EF1.